So that looks offside. Ooh. What is up, everyone, and welcome back to another REFSIX weekly vlog. So this week we have a game out of Lewis versus Margate, with a nice team, I believe. I've met one of them, I haven't met another, so I'm assuming it's a good team. Obviously we're coming off a back of another game, so they're coming in thick and fast at the moment. My legs are slightly heavy, but we move anyway. So it's a Tuesday night game. I'm looking forward to it. Come along for the ride. I believe we're being assessed as well, so hopefully all good things as always. I haven't been to Lewis for a while, and I've never done Margate either, so it'd be nice to see, you know, a new team, as well as, you know, a good team that are playing well with Lewis and with a good crowd and a nice stadium as well. So come along for the ride. I look forward to it, and I will speak to you guys probably tomorrow for match day. So speak to you then. Good morning. So it's match day today, and I don't know why, but I've woken up particularly tired. I've got no idea why. In terms of training, obviously I've spent Monday recovering and Sunday recovering because I've had a long weekend in terms of 2 games. So I've not really done anything. Maybe everything's trying to catch up with me. But DOMS would have been Monday. So, but it's not like my legs aren't tired. I just like physically feel tired. Maybe it'll just take me a little time to wake up. So I'm in the office today. So hopefully the cycling will wake me up and warm my legs up. So that's great. It's going to be a bit of a rush coming home. So I've got all my kit not laid out, but ready in the corner. I think that's all there anyway, but I'll find out in a minute or later on. So the plan is to leave work maybe 15 minutes early so I can get home, cook some dinner, and then shoot off. So I will probably catch up with you at lunchtime to show you my first meal of the day, or my first big meal of the day. And then I'll catch up with you again at dinner. But yeah, we're going to enjoy the day. It's going to be a good game, Lewis versus Margate. So should be a great game. So I'll catch you guys in a bit. Okay, so I'm on a pre-match walk. I've had lunch, which was a stir fry from yesterday, which was very good. Yeah, I feel a lot more awake now. So it's just about finishing the day and then heading home. So far so good. The game is tipped up on Twitter to be, you know, my main source of info, to be quite a big game. So yeah, looking forward to it. Right, so I have just got home. The time is 5:20. I've stuck my watch on charge. I don't know why I've looked at my watch then. I haven't got it on. It's 5:20. My watch is on charge just because obviously cycling to and from work, going for a walk at lunch drains the battery. So just making sure it's fully charged for tonight so I can obviously use REFSIX. This is the kit. Like I said, I'm in a bit of a rush. I've got about 40 minutes to go. So that includes eating, cooking and eating, obviously, and packing my kit bag up. So this is the kit for tonight. So we've got the match tracksuit that I'll be turning up in, obviously nice REFSIX colours, and my Night Strike, long sleeve Under Armour, bag for washing, undershorts, shorts, the Famoa badge today, short sleeve just in case the weather looks a bit grim, socks, under socks, and the new warm-up mid-layer, as well as my other stuff, you know, like my wash bag, my box of tricks, towel, tablets are there, which I'm going to need. So it's very similar to normal as always. I don't really change too much. Boots wise, I'm probably going to use the Nikes today because I'm on the line, and I don't know how the laceless boots will work, but I will probably wear the blue Nike Mercurials. Yeah, it's just about packing all this stuff up and getting ready to go, really. It's a bit chaotic, as you can see, but that's the thing when it comes to night games, really, and evening kickoffs. So yeah, let's get the show on the road. Right, so it is 35 minutes past 5, and this is pre-match. So what it is it's pre-made ravioli, I think, with some sort of like pesto over the top, plenty of carbs, very bland, very simple. It takes like 5 minutes to cook, pretty cheap as well, for anyone that cares. So yeah, they're just gonna wolf this down, get into my match kit, and maybe hopefully sit down for like 15-20 minutes, maybe 10, just to like chill out and decompress a little bit, because I don't want to be like darting around. I'm going to see how long it's going to take me to get to the ground, roughly half an hour, because I've obviously rushed out of traffic, and parking there is a bit of a nightmare. So just going to eat this and then hopefully chill for a little bit. So, but so far so good. I seem to have given myself enough time today, which is unusual. So I'm all changed, ready to go. I'm looking forward to the game actually. I don't know if anyone saw in the news, but there's a guy called Ollie Tanner that plays for Lewis that turned down Tottenham in the summer. So it'd be the second time doing him this season. He's a very good player, so that's quite nice. As well as obviously the referee today being a very good female assistant. So it'd be nice to chat to her and learn, everything about the level above and a few levels up on that. So yeah, very much looking forward to the game. Here's my pre-match playlist as always. It looks like it's going to be a cold one, so prepare for the cold. But I will catch you guys at the ground. Okay, so I'm back from the game. It's back slightly later than normal, about 11 o'clock, but for good reasons. So, in terms of the game, I didn't do too much. One free kick, a few non-offside. I was senior side, so that means I had to keep a full match record and deal with the benches and all the subs, so that was easy. They were good benches to deal with, actually, really nice. In terms of the referee, which was Lisa, who's a FIFA badge, she was great today. Just picking up little things from her pre-match, like it's about perception and expectation. So if the ball is closer to me, the expectation is that I give the free kick rather than her. And that's something quite interesting to put into perspective because it's true and you don't really think about it like that. As well as you can tell that she's an elite referee, the way that she goes about things. She doesn't always signal for throw-ins, she expects you to do it. And that's where I got a little bit lost today, actually, in terms of usually a lot of referees at level 3 are just sort of like, I'll lead you in and you go, or we'll go up together. But she was like, nah, and it took me a little while to get into that. But overall, the benches were happy, and we were sitting in the bar afterwards having a post-match pie, and fans were coming up and said we had a great game, and it was quite refreshing actually. It's really nice to see that sort of things. Hopefully we get a few highlights and I can talk through about what Lisa does that I picked up, which was really good. But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed tonight. I ran this much, which was, a lot more than the other day. I felt like I did a lot more sprints, which you can see I did. And a lot of them were coming back up the line because I had to deal with subs. So did it all on my watch. Easy stuff. Nice. The other guy on the line was nice. He is thinking of becoming a specialist assistant, which is quite an interesting perspective on how to go about things. Because obviously they've put that new thing in England at the moment about as a level 4, if you've been a level 4 for 3 years, I think you can be a specialist assistant. So I might try and get people on a podcast about that to talk through, because it's quite an interesting, it's not something I've ever thought about. So yeah, overall, really enjoyable night actually. It's a really good night that you can come off, everyone's sort of like, yeah, there are no issues, I thought you did well. I had some good banter with the bench as well, kept them happy. The team was good to work with as well, which makes it a hell of a lot easier. Lisa bought some decent sweets, actually. They're the best sweets of the season for me. I think they're foreign. But yeah, just learning about her as well, like how she's got to go to, like, I think it was Bosnia, and, how she's rushing around everywhere. It's quite interesting to hear that sort of elite side of things, and, puts everything into perspective, really. So that's been sort of tonight. Hopefully I get some match footage and I can talk through that and analyse it a little bit more about the day. But yeah, it's a lot to take in right now, and I'm quite tired, so probably rambled on a little bit too much, but I'll go into detail hopefully tomorrow at some point, maybe Thursday, when I've decompressed a little bit. Like I said, the time is 11:10. I really want to go to bed. So I'm in the gym tomorrow morning and then back into REFSIX HQ, I believe. So, we got observed as well. So I have a debrief tomorrow at 2 o'clock, and I'll let you know how that goes. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Hello. So it's Friday. We've got the match highlights from Lewis, and we have my report from the assessor. So just gonna go through them and see what's what, and if we can, have any thoughts and feelings about it. I am quite happy in the grand scheme of things. So I've got no real complaints about either the observation or the highlights. I enjoyed the game actually. Like I said, when I got back from the game, I really had a good time. So let's start. The first comment comes from a corner. So it's my real only involvement in the game. Well, I say only involvement. So the ball comes in from a corner. It's a huge ball over the top. And here, we've got to be prepared for everything. So I'll play it once, all the way through. So that looks offside. Ooh. So my initial reaction was, oh dear, I might have dropped one here. But if we pause it at the right time, the ball comes off this lad's head. At least he's in a great spot, as we expect us to be here or here. She picked this one. This guy here, there's a guy here, scores, but look at where this lad is. He was the one that appealed for it. So if we play it, see how good I can be. Here, perfect. This is the one. So the ball has come off, so the ball has been played. So maybe a frame backwards. But the defender is outside of the 6-yard box. But the 11, I think that's the 11, is on the line of the 6-yard line. So without VAR, drawing the lines, I think I've got this one right just by process of elimination and looking at it across. Because I thought originally, oh wow, he's a long way away, but this guy backs me up. Because he appeals, puts his, like you can see, like it's a fairly lackluster appeal, and he just sort of puts his arm down and gets on with it. Really, he knows. Look, there, he was the one keeping him on. So player reaction says that I got it right, but looking backwards, but in myself I was like, oh, this could be a big game-changing decision that I could have got wrong, but no one really cared. The keeper was a bit of a nuisance, shall we say. So yeah, in slow-mo, he puts his arm up, the goal he scored was a good finish. So yeah, that was, a lot of it was offsides really for me, just being in the right areas at the right time. Like you can see me sidestepping, making sure I'm in line, and it was quite, it doesn't look like it, but quite misty, so you really had to focus on this. Oh, should have scored. But yeah, Lisa's, as you can see, always in the right places, which is great. Quick breaks, not on my side. It's a good finish. Let's have a look. What else is there? I don't think there was really too much else on my behalf. So, as you can see, look, here we are. So if it's a non-offside, we call it walking the dog, where you just basically hold the flag out in front of you to say everyone, he's kept him on. So I basically shout to myself, I can't remember what player this was, kept him on. And then you put your flag out like this, and the referee knows that you're not ever going to give an offside for that. So you keep running, and then you just try and catch up with them. It's come off the post. This is where you have to react. So it's come off the post, and you think, okay, you think it's a goal. So I actually put my thumb up and think, yeah, a goal. But it didn't. So I've now got to get to the line to make sure I can see these two players, because obviously currently I think the keeper is the second rearmost defender, and the 25 is the last man, and he's offside. So it's all about, there you go, they still stand quite close to each other until now. So as you can see, I'm in line, which is good. And it's just being prepared, on your toes always, coming out with the players, and then he blazes it over the bar. So there wasn't really too much on my behalf, really. I dealt with the benches a lot. They were quite good fun to deal with, actually. They were quite a good laugh. And the assessor picked up on that, so he gave me above standard expected for demonstrating the understanding of the laws of the game and the offside. There was appeal in the 50th minute and the blue flag was offside, but the ball never got to him, so I correctly kept my flag down, so a non-offside decision, which is good. And then support to the referee, he gave me outstanding, which is quite nice to see. So he said, in the 41st minute of the home 9, you correctly indicated having checked the referee's position and committed an infringement. It was your area of credibility. You agitated a foul for a free kick, suggesting that it was more than just a free kick, it was a yellow card as well, which he liked, and he was then cautioned. The only real development point was actually quite minor, which is fine, which is when Lisa came over and spoke to the technical area and the benches, I could just come up the line a little bit more so I can overhear a little bit more and look like I'm giving her more support, which is a fair comment. I have no problems with that. It's not really something I've had the experience of, where the managers, basically what happened was the managers were unhappy with a decision, so they hammered me for it, and Lisa just went over and said, shut up, basically. So that's fine, but it's not something I've ever really been used to. Usually if I'm calling the referee over, I'm standing in the dugouts with them being like, this guy, this woman are all the problems. But that's a great comment. We've got to find these 1%. So, and that's the way we can do it. But he did say I kept a firm grip on the technical area, and I had strong words with the home official on the 59th minute, which is what we just discussed. And then the home subs on 62 and 82, and then the 61 and 83. The referee spoke to the technical areas on the 63. In her team talk, she said she would come over it if she needed your support, which obviously was, I just needed to be a little bit closer, which is fine. Overall, firm control of the technical areas was noted. I basically had a laugh and a joke with the technical areas. It was good fun. I enjoyed it. And then for generic skills, which is obviously just how we hold the flag, basically, he said your throw-ins, goal kicks, corner signals were confident at the correct angle to be held at appropriate times. Perfect. So it means I'm getting the basics right, which is something a lot of referees don't think about. It's like footballers, they say get the basics right, pass it 10 yards, learn to get the 5-yard pass, learn to do the basics, and then you can focus on the difficult stuff without having to think about it. He said you moved along the touchline at Wales well throughout the match, sprinting when needed to ensure that you were able to make accurate and credible decisions. In the 11th and the 67th minute, you were on the goal line to make sure the ball had been deflected for a corner kick, which should be awarded. Due to you standing on the goal line, you were able to make these accurate decisions, and no adverse comments were made to you. Spot on. So he gave me a 73 overall, which is great. So over the last 2 assessments, I got a 72 and a 73, average of 72.5. I don't actually know what my average is for my lines. They don't tell us. So, that's, fine by me. They don't go anywhere. That's the thing with the FA this year. So my middle marks go towards me getting promoted to level 3. But I don't really know where my assessment marks on the line go to, because I don't really know, to be honest. And so that's been the report, which is great. Very happy with 73, and some good comments and a good team to work with. I'm working with the other assistant at the end of the month. I don't know if I'll be working with Lisa again. Who knows? The season is not over yet. The playoffs have yet to be announced because we haven't got to that part of the season yet. Fingers crossed if I get one. If not, it is what it is. That's been the report so far, and I'll catch you guys later in the vlog. So it's Friday evening now, and I'm obviously preparing for a new game, but that will be next week's vlog, because that is the end, unfortunately, of this week's vlog. And if you've made it this far, thanks very much for the support as always. We love it. I love it. It's been great to take you through the season so far, and we're coming towards the final part. So hopefully, fingers crossed, some good news at the end of the season. But thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Share with all your mates to show about the REFSIX weekly vlogs. And as always, I will catch you guys at the next vlog.